snow fell in the Florida Panhandle this weekend. John?
All right, hey there, Utah. Good Monday morning, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We're kicking it off. Pretty quiet and calm conditions. Unexpected for your Monday as you head out the door as far as weather is concerned. We've got more blue skies shaping up as the sun's coming up, as well as valley inversion and haze. Unfortunately, still sticking around. We did see improvement from the weekend, though. However, you probably noticed some of that. This is a look at the Natural History Museum camera. I guess I failed to mention meteorologist Nate Larson and from Maddie today, but yeah, just a quick update for your holiday if you're going to be heading out here shortly. So air quality, we mentioned it sticking around as far as some of the haze is concerned. Improvement over the weekend from orange. We were unhealthy for sensitive groups. We had a pretty decent northerly flow from a storm that passed to the east of the Rockies, and it helped kind of scour out some of the worst air quality, which is good news, but we're still dealing with some moderate particulate out there. So likely going to hang out here for the next couple of days with the weather pattern that we're seeing and not tracking much, if any, moisture just yet. So yeah, if you've got outdoor plans today, things look really, really good as far as plenty of sunshine. Temperatures should be pretty close to average across much of at least the northern valleys, with still slightly above average highs in some areas of central southern Utah as this ridge continues to dominate. So notice that across the entire west, high and dry with that high pressure system, low pressure system on the central eastern part of the country, generating a different setup. Of course, we've got much colder temperatures. They've had more active weather, so the storm track where it's being diverted up and around the ridge to the north of us, all those storms get funneled into the northern plains, the upper Midwest, and we even had some moisture that impacted areas of the northern panhandle. There was some snow in Florida yesterday. Maybe you saw that online. But temperatures this morning, you can see kind of the contrast. Much different setup for areas in the upper Midwest. -6 right now in Minneapolis. Otherwise, single-digit temperatures for a lot of those folks. So I guess we'll take the more comfortable setup, which is pretty close to average overnight lows for much of the state, which are teens and 20s. That gorgeous sunset photo from yesterday, that was from Mike Parker. Temperatures this morning, we mentioned them being cold, but pretty average. Normally we're about mid-20s for overnight lows in Salt Lake. We're 24 right now, but just 19 in Eden and 15 in Heber as you're heading out. Central southern Utah, more the same. So still teens in Moab, Bryce Canyon, Cedar at 20, St. George 32. Good morning to you. Plan on highs again climbing or approaching 40 degrees out there for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Down in southern Utah, we should be closer to 60 by the afternoon with more sunshine continuing. So yeah, should be a really kind of pleasant day. If you're heading up to the slopes, it's going to be a little colder, of course. We've got temperatures in the teens if you're heading out early, and we should stay right below freezing up on the mountain today. Quick check. When can we see some change? So we're kind of stuck in a rut yet again. Models we're hinting at storm system for the weekend. We're still looking at a bit of a pattern change, at least a weak storm sometime Friday, Saturday, but latest model runs are backing off on the intensity and kind of the overall path of it. So I'll kind of show you the two scenarios right now from some of the bigger players, bigger models we look at. But right now, chances of moisture look pretty slim for northern Utah and for the northern mountains as well. But we should see a little bit of moisture. So let's kind of walk you through what we're seeing. So the two models that we're going to show you, this is the European model. Then we have the GFS, which is the American model. Both kind of have their strengths and weaknesses, but usually do a pretty good job. So European model showing that we should start to see a larger trough swing into much of the western states. So it does stay far enough inland. It's not going to be packing much moisture, tapping into some of the tropical moisture that could be out of the Pacific Ocean. But we would likely see increasing cloud cover. This is Friday morning into Saturday. It already kind of clears out. And initial runs yesterday were showing a bigger impact across northern Utah, which it looks like we're kind of picking that back up again. And then yesterday evening, it was more central southern Utah. But either way, should start to see some changes. At least it'll help clean out some of the bad air and bring a chance of a little bit of moisture to our neck of the woods. The GFS model is showing a similar setup. I backed it up a little bit more. So Monday, Tuesday, quiet, some high clouds at times. Here we go, Friday. The GFS showing much less moisture available for the state as we get into Saturday. At least with the trough moving through, we could, as I mentioned, scour out any of the bad air. So potential snowfall scenarios look pretty bleak. I wish they were going gangbuster with what potential we could be seeing, but the American model showing little to no snowfall into next week. The European model not showing much more, but a little bit at least across the northern mountain areas. So we're still dealing with very quiet weather for January, which typically is one of the wettest and heaviest snowfall months of the year for us. It's not shaping up to be that way at all. So highs today, northern Utah, plan on upper 30s, low 40s with lots of sunshine. Highs at Alta, just 32. Huntsville, 41. So mostly sunshine. Yeah, just kind of beautiful weather out there today. The Wasatch Front also seeing highs near 40 degrees, about 41 for Salt Lake. Provo, about 43 on the Eagle Mountain. Slightly cooler than what we saw yesterday. Yes, there are not a big chance of any snow for the valley. We should see a little bit of rain, maybe a wintry mix. But with how little moisture is forecast to come through, it looks like, I doubt it might just be cloudy, if anything else, at this point. So hopefully we can get a couple of inches of snow at least in the mountains. So eastern Utah looking also nice and sunny today. Just a great holiday for you. 41 in Vernal, 52 in Green River. If you want to hit up some of the hiking trails, maybe head into one of the national parks today, where we've got temperatures in the 40s and 50s. So St. George near 60 almost. Bryce Canyon 44, Blanding about 48. And so southern Utah weather continues to be pretty pristine. Storm system later in the week will bring maybe a slight chance of a shower Friday, otherwise just partly cloudy skies Thursday, Friday, and then highs near 60 this weekend. Northern Utah, not much change or difference there. Looking at low 40s today, a little warmer tomorrow and Wednesday, but a little more haze as well. And then we're throwing in partly cloudy skies, a slight chance of maybe a rain or shower Friday, Saturday, depending on the trajectory or the path that storm takes. In fact, I might even take out chance of showers on Saturday based on some of the models I was showing you. Doesn't look very promising. Friday will likely be our best bet, and then Sunday 46. So, and then even beyond that, kind of a coin toss at this point. So pretty uneventful, pretty dry for January. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great holiday if you're off with kiddos. Again, weather's pretty phenomenal out there as far as if you've got plans outdoors. Wish we had some fresh snow and powder to hit the slopes with, but if you're heading up to the resorts, at least you'll have plenty of vitamin D to soak up as well. So, all right, be safe out there.